Yes people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video on 100% Chelsea. So this one is a 2-for-1 essentially. What we are doing today is, of course, I do the World Cup shows, but also there is a transfer show that is going to come during this as well. It leads on quite nicely from each other, which is why we've decided to do it. So if you don't know me, my name is Ian. I've been presenting on the channel for the World Cup stuff. I've done a couple of bits behind the camera. Now I'm in front of it, so all you can see my lovely face. Well, ish face, I don't know. Anyway, you can see me and I can talk to you about various different bits and bobs. So, I also have my own channel, by the way. If you want to go and check it out, I've got a giveaway going on at the minute. You can win a signed World Cup ball. So the link will be down in the description. But let's get into this video, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with the World Cup stuff, and we're going to lead into the transfer stuff because one of our players has been linked with a big move away from us. So we're going to cover that well, towards the end. There's a couple of things I wish to talk about, but let's get on with the World Cup stuff to start off with. Obviously the quarterfinals have just taken place. We've got the semi-finals starting when this video is being recorded tomorrow, which is going to be huge. It's going to be great. Massively looking forward to it, and of course England are in it, so could be coming home, lads. Who knows? We at least get 2 more games, so we could be we will, very simply, England win 1 game, we get a medal. Done. Simple. But let's get into the proper Chelsea stuff. And we are going to talk very quickly about England. Obviously, we are through to semi-final after beating Sweden. Cahill, Loftus-Cheek, the 2 Chelsea players that are in the England squad, didn't play. So I can't really say much about them. To be honest with you, don't know how much they're going to be participating in the next 2 games. Possibly you might get 1 off the bench, but I don't think you're going to get Cahill. I think Loftus-Cheek is one you might get a bit more. I don't know, we're not sure. But yeah, very simply, they didn't play. Another person who didn't play as well is Batshuayi. He didn't come on for Belgium, but we're starting with England because we can also talk about the Croatia game because there's no one in that. That's going to be a huge fixture for the semi-final, and look, you won't win and you're in the final, so I mean, that's huge, that's massive. But now let's talk to, well, let's talk about the big game for, I called it the big game. I fancied Uruguay to go through, but they didn't. The French beat them. Of course, we have got Kante and Giroud. Let's talk about them first. So, Kante, what do I make of him? France won 2-0. Kante, I thought, was great, honestly. He played the full 90 minutes, as he always does, never tires, like he always, you know, like, well, he never tires, he's ridiculous. But the midfield battle was majorly key in this game, and Kante dealt with it brilliantly. Very simply dealt with it brilliantly. They always played Group 1 France, but very simply what happened was that Pogba and Kante together won the ball. And it was a bank of 4 and a bank of 2 basically that France parked, and Kante was a huge part of that. The game had minimal chances thanks to 2 great defences, but when they were, you know, when it came to it, they were taken by the French rather than Uruguay. Uruguay, of course, missed Cavani, which was massive. But Kante made it. Well, Kante and Giroud have made it through into semi-final, which is going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely massive. Because it also is someone playing against them, another Chelsea boy, which means we are going to have someone guaranteed in the final, 2 people at least in the final. So let's, yeah, we're talking about France. Let's talk about the Brazil-Belgium game. Now we're going to talk about Willian very quickly because I assume we all know the result, which is Belgium have made it through. Willian got subbed off at half-time in the game against Belgium, and very simply did minimal, really honestly did nothing. He got replaced by Firmino when they were 2-0 down and didn't really offer a lot. There's obviously been rumours and links with Willian away from Chelsea in the last few days and weeks and blah blah blah. But very simply, as a whole, he has obviously gone out. It's World Cup, I'm calling it quite poor. There was a lot of hype around him, and I don't know why, like EA Sports put him in like team of the tournament and things like that. But I mean, for me, no. I just thought he was average at best. I mean, that is a shadow of what we've seen him do at Chelsea, which is a shame because I do like Willian. He's one of those people that can light up the pitch just with a single moment, but he just couldn't do it. It's been overshadowed by Neymar, who was poor in that game, to be honest. Let's talk about Belgium. Obviously, we said Batshuayi did not play. Courtois, the score was 2-1. Belgium went 2-0 up just before half-time and then conceded one in the second half. Now, Courtois, another thing I've said, and I've said it before about him, is he gets beaten down low very, very easily. Another low effort beat him. It was a header this time to make it 2-1. And he just doesn't... It was a good header. It was a good header. But he just doesn't ever make the occasional great save down low. He makes times where he comes out and is big and gets his feet something, but with his hands he never gets down low. And it's one thing I think is a big criticism of him. I think he's a good keeper and he's a good shot stopper, but it's just when they're high or wide, anything low, nah, nothing. I think he's got a problem with that, to be completely honest with you. He hasn't looked as convincing as he possibly previously has for us, but I think that's because a fair few people are starting to figure out that that low shot is one that definitely beats him. Batshuayi didn't play. Hazard played out wide. He played in the front two, we'll say. Basically what they did is they played a false 9 in De Bruyne. They moved Lukaku way out on the right and then Hazard way out on the left. And then allowed De Bruyne to come straight up the middle, and it caused massive problems for Brazil. Alisson as well, who is a possible transfer target for us, didn't necessarily look brilliant in goal. Did enough, but obviously not enough to save his team from going out of the tournament. It was a great strike from De Bruyne, and the first goal was massively unlucky, but it happens. No, Hazard played very well. He, for me, is in team of the tournament. I can't really argue that anyone else has gone above him in that position. As Ronaldo, you'd call a striker. Messi did nothing. Neymar did minimal and is out. So I think for me, Hazard has to be in the team of the tournament, but that is a very different thing. Now, obviously, we're talking about Hazard, and this is where the transfer show comes in. Hazard was brilliant, and it also now has sparked the rumours that Real Madrid are back and interested in signing him and making him a Real Madrid player. Now, we all know these rumours aren't going to go anywhere. He is a phenomenal player, and he is a possible World Cup winner. Simple as. He's got everything to be a great World Cup winning captain. He's playing in a great team that, very simply, if they beat France, will really fancy their chances in the final, because England or Croatia are, I mean, essentially lesser nations in terms of football. So it's going to be really quite interesting. That's hard to say as an England fan, but in terms of quality and ability, Belgium have got it absolutely stacked. Now, my opinions on Hazard and Madrid and everything, now these are only rumours, but they keep coming around. There hasn't necessarily been a fee that I've seen that is like, oh, it'd be 100 million or this or that or the other. But look, Hazard is my favourite player at Chelsea by a country mile. He is insane. Every time he picks up the ball, I think he's going to do something. It's honestly a massive shame when you see him semi-walking. And I think for me personally, you know, getting that huge money for him, which we could possibly do, and that would be the only reason I'd ever let him leave Chelsea, is because it was unbelievable money. Even then, I'd still be massively sad about it, and I don't want to see him go. There was obviously a big connection with him and Zidane. Obviously, Zidane has now left Real Madrid, so I don't necessarily know how true these rumours are, but they always keep coming back. Obviously, the Ronaldo going to Juventus rumours that are all kicking in now for 88 million. Kind of all works its way back round and then goes, oh, now they need a left winger. Oh, who's the best left winger out at the minute? Oh, it's probably Hazard. So it all links in. But I mean, you would be a mad player to turn down, you know, Real Madrid, and I think there's probably a fair few people in their careers that have and realise what a stupid decision it is to do. However, you could do the reverse of that, and so there's some players that have gone to Real Madrid and have absolutely ruined their careers. But from what I know and from what I'm seeing is I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know that for a fact, so don't quote me on anything. But I very simply think that Hazard is going to be a Chelsea player next year. I think he's definitely got the potential, and he's got the drive as well. I think that's one thing that look, it was a bad year for us last year, but he has got the drive and he has got the desire to go and turn that from bad into brilliant. Same way the World Cup and the Euros weren't good for Belgium 2 and 4 years ago. Obviously the squad's a bit better now, which obviously massively helps, but he is the leader in that, and he wants to drive it forward, and he wants to do the best that he can, which is why I love him. I think he's brilliant. He's a proper worker, and the talent speaks for itself. But now, obviously, let's talk about some more stuff in the transfer show that we are kind of doing, I suppose you'd say. Sarri looks like he could be on his way to Chelsea. Could be 48 hours, and he could be our manager. I don't know what I make of this. Obviously, we've started pre-season now, thank God. Conte took the first session on Saturday, I believe it was, or started, or it started anyway. But very simply, the whole thing's an absolute nightmare at Chelsea at the minute, to be completely honest with you. Look, we haven't done anything in terms of movement. You know, there's no signings, there's no one come in, no one gone out. Eduardo's gone out to Vitesse Arnhem. That's about it, honestly. Like, I follow Vitesse Arnhem a bit because of the youngsters, but in a nutshell, that is the biggest bit of news we've had, is the fact that our third choice goalkeeper has gone out on loan. That's it. That's it. Like, these videos that you're seeing uploaded, you know, brilliant one from Lewis the other day, the rant. But very simply, there's not a great deal to talk about because we very simply can't seem to find anything good coming out of Chelsea at the minute. Anything positive, anything transfer related. It's tough. To be honest with you, and I saw George put something in a group chat that we're all in, very simply said that, and I completely agree with him on this, is the fact that Sarri is someone, you know, there's all this hassle going on around him, you know, and how he's going to come to Chelsea and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He's won nothing. He's got nothing that Conte hasn't already got. I don't know what the whole, like, admiration is around him and how he's going to come in and do something for us. To be honest, it sounds like it's a safe option. And to be honest with you, I don't think it is. I don't think it's a safe option because he has allegedly been a sexist, a fascist, a racist, and very simply has minimal big game experience. Hasn't won anything. He's basically done, I can't say nothing, that is unfair, but he's basically created more of a negative image for himself than he has a positive one so far for us. I can understand if it was like we're getting Guardiola or Mourinho back, this whole, you know, like weeks and weeks and weeks of unknowing and people trying to do, you know, different leagues and get advantages in other people and blah, blah, blah. But it's Sarri. Like, come on. It's hard to say anything more than that, but it's just annoying because we are one of the best clubs in the world. I don't care what anyone says, we are one of the best clubs in the world. We do have currently have one of the best managers in the world. I think we should stick with Conte. Admit that Chelsea have effed up a bit, to be honest with you, and go again, but look, I'm going to support whoever's in charge of the club. I'm going to support them because it's my club. That's what I do, and that's what we all should be doing. But one thing, and you know, this group chat that we're in, it all literally pops off, and everyone that's on the channel always agrees as well, is this is honestly taking the piss now a bit. It's just annoying. Honestly, it's just annoying. And you see how Arsenal dealt with Wenger and Unai Emery, and how all that stuff's coming together and whatever, and they started pre-season and blah blah blah. It all seems like it's worked, but now it just seems like a massive waste of time what we're doing, and we are weeks and weeks behind people. But that is going to be it from the transfer show / 100% World Cup that we do on here. So thank you for watching. Hazard possibly going to Real Madrid is the big story of the transfer show. We will have someone in the World Cup final, 2 people guaranteed in the World Cup final from a Chelsea fans' point of view and players' point of view and everything, and good luck to whoever it is. Don't know if I'll be doing another World Cup semi-finals video or if I'll just wait for the final. I'm not sure, but I'll be seeing you back here on the channel for sure. Make sure you check out my channel down in the description below, Craigo28. I'm doing a giveaway. It can be shipped anywhere in the world. go and have a look at it. It's all right, and it closes Saturday as well, so go and head over to that. Anyway, enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea, and we'll see you back here for more World Cup content, more transfer shows, and loads of stuff as the season gets started.